the right, our whole movement terrifies Hillary Clinton because she knows that the law and accountability are coming for her. She knows that in 2022, we're going to win. She knows in 2024, we're going to win. And she knows we're going to drain the swamp. All right. Hillary Clinton is so scared. She's so scared that she's come out and literally said, if Trump wins in 2024, it could be the end of our democracy. Bang! She just hit the red break glass in case of emergency button, pulled the crank down, alarms going off everywhere. The Dems are running for their lives. The elites are terrified because Trump is going to come back in 2024 and Trump is going to win. Clinton said, if I were a betting person right now, I'd say Trump is going to run again. And you saw Gorka even came out the other day and said he knows Trump is going to run again. We all know Trump is going to run again. And half the people that didn't vote for Trump before or didn't want to vote for him again, at this point, what the left has done to our communities, to people, to children, with all of the stuff that's been exposed with the elites, how many people do you think are going to just vote for Trump just so they can watch the best sequel that they've ever had, just so they can see the entire leftist machine burn to the ground? Because if one person can do that, you know Trump can. You know he will. I think he's much smarter now that he's gone through the rodeo. He knows what to expect. Folks, a reckoning is coming. And Hillary Clinton, she's scared. Very, very, very scared. It says that he seems to be setting himself up to do that. That's Hillary Clinton saying Trump's going to run again. He seems to be setting himself up to do that. If he's not held accountable and he gets to do it again, all right? She's saying that then he gets to do it again. She's already predicting him winning in 2024. She knows he's popular. She knows the people want him. She knows that the people are out trumping the power. The old guard is falling and law is coming. That's what she knows. She said that this could be the end of democracy as she knows it, because the elitist democracy will fall and the true republic will be restored to its original ideas and principles and founding. True equality will spread across this land. That's not profitable for an elite like Hillary Clinton. She said not to be too pointed about it, but I want people to understand that this is a make or break point. If he or someone of his ilk were once again to be elected president, and if especially he had a Congress that would do his bidding, you will not recognize our country. Yeah, probably because we've all been lied to for years and years and years. Black communities, white communities, Hispanic communities, all communities, families, we've all been lied to because everybody that knew of a better time is dead. All right? They're dead. But Hillary, you're an old, old woman. And one day, all of the people of your ilk will be dead. And it will be people like me running this country. And hopefully we won't recognize our country like this anymore. Hopefully we will see a restored, beautiful union where we can find balance and bipartisan agreement. And if we can't, well, our American core values are much better than yours. And I don't believe that you have the wherewithal and your people and your ilk and your moral compass of decrepit Sodom and Gomorrah like sin. Your sick world, your Democrat world will never, ever be able to win, will never be able to upstand, will never hold true, will never be able to hold the gates against the righteous people of the United States, the free people of the United States, because we, Hillary, will not be your slave. Black, white, Latino, Asian American, Jewish, Christian, Catholic, Hindu, whatever. None of us will be slaves to Democrat policies and Democrat hellscapes anymore. Never again. Never again. And if you think I'm kidding, you should listen to what Matt Gaetz and Steve Bannon have to say. Take a listen.
Follow up.
So what I'm saying is that, stagecraft is statecraft.
People didn't like that Donald Trump raised his voice, but sometimes you got to raise your voice to raise a ruckus and to raise an army of patriots who love this country and will fight for her. And if we get more of them in Congress, then that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to operationalize the performance to go right after the people who are imposing the vaccine mandates, who are enriching themselves, and who are selling out the country.
So for the starting with the Joyanne Reed, the Chris Hayes, the Rachel Maddow, the brains of the operation over there for the Democratic left, understand this is a theory of governing, right? And it's fresh and it's new. This is Trumpism in power. That's when we went to the 4,000 shock troops we have to have that's going to man the government and get them ready now, right? We're going to hit the beach. You know, you have the landing teams and the beachhead teams, all that nomenclature they use when President Trump wins again in 2024 or before, right?
You hear that? Or before? You remember I saw a meme the other day that actually showed a true process. Imagine if Trump ran for Congress in 2022 for a district in Florida, right? Then they impeached the president, right? Then they hold on, let me start over. He runs for a seat in the House in 2022. Then they elect him Speaker of the House. All right. Then they impeach the president and Kamala, and he is made the president again, gets to fulfill the rest of Joe Biden's term, and then gets to run again and hopefully, well, definitely, be reelected to make America great again, make this place better again, fix all the corruption again, and save us from this sinking ship of socialism. Again, that's what could happen. But that's a long shot. That's a crazy fantasy. You never know. But I want to see how this plays out. It's really fun to think about because, man, that would be such a great movie to watch, wouldn't it? What a comeback. What an underdog story. Trump gets elected to Congress. Trump becomes the Speaker of the House. Trump becomes the president. Then becomes the president again. Maybe DeSantis is vice president. Then DeSantis could get elected again. Then DeSantis could get elected for a re-election again. And then what do we got? 2024 to 2028 is Trump. 2028 to 2032 is DeSantis. 2032 to 2036 is DeSantis. And you're damn right, Hillary Clinton. People like you will never recognize this country again because it'll be a beautiful place of peace, love, and strength. That thing that people like you don't possess.
You're going to have those as the 4,000 political appointees. On Capitol Hill, you're going to have Gaetz and others and no more Trey Gowdy's, no more Powder Puff Derby. This is going to be hardcore accountability at every committee.
Yes, and we are going to go after this administrative state, and we're going to start at the Department of Justice and the FBI. That's the job I want. You know, send me over to the Judiciary Committee, and their sphincters will tighten because they've been doing a lot of corrupt things over there. The FBI and the Department of Justice have become the enforcement wing of the Democratic Party.
Is that your priority? I mean, I've argued for years now, even when I left inside the Trump administration, before at Breitbart, and then after I left. You need a commission like they had back in the night, a church committee to go through the CIA, all the national security apparatus. You would actually do it from Capitol Hill. You would say, hey, we're going to get to the bottom of the national security apparatus. We're going to get, and by the way,
I don't need a new committee. I just need a gavel, Steve.
Right. And you coming from Pensacola in your district, a super patriot. It's not that we're anti-military at all, no. But whatever this has devolved into, we're anti what this is, right? And this has got to stop.
Well, I mean, we are doing this to vindicate the patriotism of the people who wear the uniform and who serve our country in a variety of ways in law enforcement and really throughout our society. And those people feel betrayed by what is going on in this town.
You know, Matt Gaetz is a true soldier. I'm telling you. Matt Gaetz is really a blessing. But Matt Gaetz, if you remember a few months ago, there was that whole scandal, right? And he came out and he said they're trying to blackmail me. And then it all disappeared. Nobody's reporting on it. But just remember, Matt Gaetz was vindicated. He was justified. The people that were scamming him, I believe they got arrested. That's why Matt Gaetz is still there. All right. People say, oh, look at Matt Gaetz. He's a bad guy. Meanwhile, Eric Swalwell is banging Fang, and he's the head of or at least the high ranking member, one of them of the Intelligence Committee. All right. Massive corruption in our government. But people like Matt Gaetz, people like Steve Bannon, they give us hope. They tell us that we're going to fix this government, that we're going to see in our lifetime a government for the people and by the people that actually represents the people and holds these people accountable. And that's why people like Hillary are terrified because of this, because Matt Gaetz is coming for you. All right. Because the new blood of Republicans are coming for you. All right. Can you hear that? Can you hear that noise? That's a sump pump. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The swamp is being drained once again.